Seeker. Written by Susanna Thompson. Performed by Heather Firth. Chapter 4. My wish isn't granted, because I see Silas only 2 years later. I am miserably sick with the flu when he enters my bedroom by walking through the wall. "Come to get me?" I croak at him. "I have no reason to be here," he says, his voice sounding even worse than mine. I am in no condition for sarcasm, but I make a weak attempt. "Just catching up. I got my driver's license last month. How have you been? Kill any more people?" "I don't kill people," he states. "They would die regardless of my presence." I gingerly wipe my nose with a tissue. "Then why do you show up before they die?" "To ease the way," he tells me. "You scared those kids," I protest. "They would be more frightened without any warning," he explains. "This way they have time to prepare themselves emotionally for the end. People are afraid of the unknown, but I am somehow known to all of them and help them on their final journey." The term angel of death leaps into my mind, but his pale, dark beauty doesn't resemble the heavenly creatures rendered by artists. They are usually depicted with benevolent countenances rather than the blank expression I see on Silas's face. I can't imagine it bringing comfort to anyone. "You could try being less creepy," I suggest. "I'm wearing modern clothes," he says. "Nothing that is associated with the myth about my kind." "Your kind?" I wheeze after a coughing fit. "Over 100,000 people die every day," he informs me. "Surely you don't think that I can attend to all of them?" It's just a statistic to me because such a huge number is too overwhelming for my mind to grasp. "Then why are you the only one I've seen?" I ask. "You shouldn't be able to see me at all. Only those who are dying can see me," he explains. "But I didn't die," I say aloud, trying to work it out in my mind. "I saw you all those times when I wasn't dying." "I sensed you seeking me before the other children that day, but your life force was intact," he tells me. "I've never encountered anyone like you before." "Why did you touch my hair?" I question him. I'd been wondering about that ever since I saw him at the hospital. "I wanted to see if I could," he answers. "No other person has ever been able to touch me before, so that was something that I never expected. After you touched me, I had to know if I could also touch you." It was odd hearing him say that he wanted to and had to without any of the emotion that was usually expressed with those words. "2 new experiences for you," I note. "3," he corrects me. "No one had ever smiled at me before either." "I wonder why," I remark dryly before coughing again. Mom opens the door and enters my room. "I brought you some more tea." I almost panic before remembering that she can't see Silas. "Thanks." She sets the mug down on the nightstand beside me. "Do you think that you can eat something now?" "No," I moan. Just the thought of food makes my stomach queasy. "I don't kill people," Silas says. I glance at him but am unable to reply in front of Mom. "I'll bring you some crackers and ginger ale," she decides. "You might be able to handle something light, and the ginger ale will help settle your stomach." I wait until Mom leaves the room to speak to Silas again. "Why do you keep saying that?" "It's the truth," he states and starts walking toward the wall. He turns back to look at me. "You're growing up." It was a random thing for him to say, I think, as he disappears through the wall. I almost wish that he had stayed longer to keep me company. That is how miserable I feel, that I am actually pathetic enough to want to hang out with Silas. As if having the flu wasn't bad enough, my illness made me miss out on going canoeing with my friends. Who gets the flu in September? I must be the first person in the state to come down with it this season. I am starting to get the chills again, so I sip my hot tea before burrowing back underneath the covers. Mom brings me the crackers and ginger ale, but I can't stomach the thought of taking even one bite of food. I doze off between episodes of running to the bathroom to empty my stomach of its non-existent contents. Exhaustion finally puts me into a deep sleep that lasts for most of the night. I wake up early in the morning, still sick but feeling much less miserable. I check my phone and am surprised that there aren't any texts from my friends, and especially that there isn't even one from my best friend. I'm a little hurt that nobody bothered to tell me that they missed me or wished that I was there with them. When I check Facebook and see that Chloe didn't post anything, I begin to feel uneasy. My best friend posts everything online. She would have immediately uploaded pictures from the canoeing trip as soon as she got home, if not before. It was only a one-day outing, and they should have been home last night. Even though it's only 4 in the morning, I text Chloe. "Call me as soon as you get this." I then send the same text to my boyfriend and wait anxiously. For some reason, I am thinking of Silas telling me that he doesn't kill people. Why was he here yesterday? I lurch out of bed and hurry to check on my family. Mom and Dad wake up when I clumsily enter their room. They both start talking, asking if I'm okay, but I'm already staggering down the hall to Justin's room. He mumbles a sleepy protest when I disturb his slumber and rolls over onto his other side to continue sleeping. Mom closes his bedroom door after I exit his room. "What are you doing?" "You're okay," I gasp in relief. "Did you have a bad dream?" Dad asks. "Yeah," I say, because that's the only explanation I can offer for my behavior. "It's early," Mom says. "You should go back to sleep." "Okay," I agree, but I'm unable to fall back asleep. I keep checking my phone, becoming more anxious with every passing minute. After a torturous 2 hours, I can't wait anymore, even though it's only 6 in the morning. I call Chloe, but she doesn't answer. Leaving a voicemail for her to call me back, I then try calling Scott. When he doesn't answer either, I leave a voicemail for him too. After a brief debate in my mind, I decide to call Chloe's house phone. I don't recognize her dad's voice at first because it's so strained. He sounds as sick as I am. Hi," I respond to the unfamiliar hello. "Can I talk to Chloe?" I hear a sharply indrawn breath followed by a strangely choked sound. "Mila?" "Yeah?" I reply to the man speaking my name before I can guess that it's Chloe's dad. "You don't know," he states, and I hear the pain in his voice. "There was an accident." I seize up in fear. "Is she hurt?" "She's gone. They're all—" He breaks off on a painful breath. "None of them survived." He exhales heavily. "God, I shouldn't have told you this way." "I have to go," I tell him numbly, and hang up the phone. I think of Chloe, Scott, Tyler, and Jeremy. My mind refuses to accept that they're dead. They only went out for the day and were coming back that evening. It's just not possible that they're suddenly gone. I was supposed to go with them. We were going to have a fun day together, but I got sick and couldn't go. But I would see them at school as soon as I was better. Chloe and I were going to a concert together next weekend without the guys. Scott and Jeremy understood that we needed our girl time alone sometimes. Anyway, I had plans to see Scott's favorite actor with him in some stupid juvenile comedy the day after the concert. I again go into my parents' room and wake them up. "I'm sorry," Mom yawns. "I fell back asleep. Do you want me to make you some breakfast?" "Chloe's dead," I state. "Her dad says they're all dead." My parents gape at me as I begin to shiver. I find out later that shock can cause such a reaction. But it's unclear whether it's that or my illness that makes me pass out at this moment.